I was 20 years old, he was 17. I did not know he was 17 at the time. And there was a country line dancing family hangout spot up in Pennsylvania called KP Corral. And I see him walk in and I say to my girlfriends, as I did with unfortunately many cute boys, I said, there goes my future husband. I knew it would be right eventually. He went in the Marine Corps. I get on the phone with his little sister. Oh, what are you up to? Where's Butch? How's he doing? She gave me his number, told me to call. We talked for 3 hours that night on the phone.
Yes, we did.
Then we decided we were gonna go to Chick-fil-A for lunch the next day. Butch comes walking in work boots, flood pants, dress pants that he wore before the Marine Corps, a button-down dress shirt that was too
Short
small,
sleeve, by the way,
a clip-on tie, and a yellow rose.
with a leather jacket.
And a leather jacket that was rolled up
That's
because
right.
it was too small.
And I thought I was looking good. She was the first one to really just accept me for who I was. You know, as awkward as I was, and you know, all the pimples I had as a teenager. But she saw something more in me when she first met me.
We ended up having a good time,
We did.
and I never looked back since then. In the beginning, we only had ourselves for a year because Eric was born so early. So we were just figuring out how to put food on the table and pay our rent. A young family trying to figure out life one day at a time. Things were great. It wasn't until Eric got much older that things got bad with us. It hit us during the pandemic. People would always tell us we were couples goals because we always did things together, but we didn't really do things together. We would go out together with our friends, and I would hang out with my friends, and he would hang out with his friends while we were there. And when the pandemic hit, we didn't have those friends to hang out with. We didn't have those things to go to. We had each other, period. And that's when everything hit the fan. I have a tendency to talk down to him quickly and easily. If I'm not careful, I will do that. As soon as I would get mad, I would turn it on immediately and I would just down talk him. His coping mechanism for that, he would just cut me off. Like, shut me down. No matter what I was saying, he would shut me down.
Very stubborn. So if I don't want to hear it, I'm just going to shut it out.
So there was zero communication. I just was at that point where I felt like I was yelling at a brick wall, talking to a brick wall, yelling at a brick wall, at that point screaming at a brick wall. And it wasn't the first time, and I was over it. I packed up. I was leaving.
And Eric sat us down, and we were having another argument that night. He just sat us down and told us both to stop.
Mom, this is what you're doing. Dad, this is what you're doing. You both know you're doing it, and this is how you got to fix it.
Never seen him that way before, but he was aggressive at times, enough to get, because he knows I'm stubborn. But he kept just you know, to a point where he actually knew I heard it. So I mean, for him to point that out, I realized I had to change a lot of things in order for me to try to make this work.
We ended up going to counseling and taught us how to communicate differently.
I never thought I was a problem for a while. I thought that she was a problem. I really had to just put her above everything else. I had to learn to sacrifice a lot of things that I thought were the right things.
Don't be afraid of counseling. A lot of people think that they're a less of a person if they need counseling. But I will tell you, counseling saved us. It genuinely saved us. We were able to put God first in our marriage to make our marriage work. Now we do things together. We genuinely enjoy to do things together. We're having a blast. We're going on cruises. We're going to amusement parks. We're walking and we just start holding hands. We hadn't done that
A long
in
time.
years, just held hands.
Every wink, every smile, every touch, everything is just all brand new to me. It's nice to have that back because we haven't had that in our lives for so long.
We were on vacation at one point. I looked at him and I said, that's my husband, he's mine. And I'm happy about that.
I didn't think we were ever going to be that way again. And I missed it terribly. God had finally brought us back to a point where we could be that way again.
I really genuinely feel like this is a whole new beginning.
Yes.
This is almost like we're getting married again. I'm so grateful that we've gone through this journey, and it
100%.
is now bringing us to a place where we are, that we're really excited to renew our vows today in front of our entire
gonna be
church
incredible.
family.